Welcome to NocBro Nation.
Welcome back.
Hey everyone. Today we're here to do another video on the Walking Dead comic.
Yes, a little quick video from issue 175 of a little Easter egg information that we just deemed very interesting, and just want to talk about it real quick.
Yeah, guys, we were so pumped and excited to read 175, and once we actually read it, we had so many things to talk about. Obviously, this is like our fourth video from issue 175, which has actually never happened. Like, we've never actually pulled this much content. I mean, we could have in the past.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But this one, New World Order, the Ark, it just brought so many opportunities to talk to you guys about. So,
it did.
What are we here to talk about?
We are here to talk about the information from the soldiers of the Commonwealth who mentioned this Magenta Swarm.
Yes, so in issue 175, guys, ladies, gentlemen, we get the soldiers of the Commonwealth come upon a walker herd, and they begin battling this herd very precisely. You know,
they're taking them down with ease.
Yeah, very well trained. But during the battle, they mention, "Is this the Magenta Swarm?"
Mm-hmm. And they said no. One of them says no. This should be at least another mile or so away. So we're kind of wondering, okay, like you've mentioned before in the past, you know, maybe they're color coding these swarms and tracking them. Okay, this herd came from here, is here, we'll call them Magenta. So they can kind of track, okay,
yeah,
you know, almost like animals, you know, they're packs, they're herds. So where are they going to? Are they going just back and forth? Are they just listening for noises? So they'll just, you know, just moving around?
Yeah. So that's one theory, and let's just dive into that one just a little bit. If they were to go upon, okay, we're using a color coding system to categorize herds so that we can track them. Well, it makes it a little bit difficult because you actually have to find some characteristics between one herd and the other.
Exactly.
To be able to tell that, yes, that's the Magenta herd, right?
Unless they're like shooting one with an arrow that has a magenta flag on it.
Yeah.
But still, but how big is the herd? And how easily you're going to be able to find that color. Yeah,
exactly, right? You'd almost have to be like, okay, the Magenta herd, that looks like 20,000 that are coming upon us. But they wouldn't be able to tell that from a herd.
You know, this weird thought just popped in my head. If you guys have ever run any 5Ks or any scene, you've heard of the Color Rush 5K, where you're running and they throw all this powdered stuff all over you.
Yeah, I know exactly where you're going.
Now, of course, we couldn't see this in a black and white comic book, but maybe they bring the herd to a certain spot. They're maybe hiding in trees or something and throwing down magenta chalk or whatever, and it gets all over the walkers. Now I'm thinking, well, that's kind of a dumb idea because it's eventually going to rain.
True.
And it's going to be gone.
Yeah.
So that, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to come up with something else. How do they put magenta on a herd where they can see them and know exactly what they are?
Yeah.
Spray paint? Well, they gotta. What are they dressed?
Where are they gonna find magenta spray paint?
If they can find it,
and why not just call it red? Magenta's a form of red, ain't it?
It's a form of red. Yeah.
So why not just say red? Here's the red herd.
This is the Commonwealth. They're fancy.
Yeah.
They will use cyan and
what
magenta.
Are some other theories? I thought you brought up another theory of what this meaning could be towards.
I thought maybe coincides with part of another group or something. Magenta meaning like another community. So okay, these walkers were mostly hanging around this community or guarding the gates of a community so people wouldn't get in. Yeah. And maybe they've somehow heard some noises or said, oh, the herd just kind of moves on. So they're like, oh, is that from the Magenta area or something?
Yeah, maybe it is an area where the herd formed or where the swarm formed.
Yeah. So maybe it's not a color, maybe it's meaning for something else.
But then again, we go upon the theory of if that is going to be what it is, then you would have to have been there when that herd formed. I truly think that it is a color coding system to track herds. It's just
how
we kind of have to use our comic book mentality and just say, okay, it is what it is. They're able to track this herd and say, yep, that's the Magenta herd.
Yeah. Somehow.
Yeah. And maybe we might get more information on this in the past. Yeah. We did hear during that little scuffle is one of the soldiers said, looks like a lookout messed up on his readings.
On his shift or something.
On his shift, yeah. We'll discuss that when we get back to the Commonwealth. So maybe we'll hear more about, their elaborate system to track, herds or swarms or whatever they're called.
And I think we forgot to mention that when we were doing our review. Our review video is that there was a lookout. So they're in the Commonwealth area. They're positioned certain lookout towers where they're looking for enemies or people, but also tracking walkers coming from different areas. So they, like you said, they may have a system. This is Magenta, or this is this.
And it's much like Alexandria has lookouts miles away from Alexandria.
Yeah.
So it's not the first time we've heard of lookouts. It's just that they must do their system completely different than Alexandria. And look, Alexandria is not even tracking herds. No. So that tells you how sophisticated the Commonwealth is, how massive they are, and how much, we are resources they have.
Yeah,
right?
We are speculating right now because all we got was just one small little panel of Magenta herd. That was all that was said. So we're just pulling this information out because it stuck out. I mean, this is the first time that we've heard Magenta Swarm. Wait, what? They know the name. They have a name for this?
It was put there on purpose.
Yes, it was. Yeah. And we'll find out later, but
there is one more thing I want to mention. I just thought of this as I was going to say it. Like, there's no way it would have made it there by now. But there was a very large herd that left the Whisperers from the Whisperer War.
That is true.
We don't know what direction they were going in. Yeah. We actually don't even know if they would have made it there by now because of the time frame between the Whisperer War and now. Yeah. So who's to say that herd even made it up to there? But it'd just be interesting, like, do they know about the herd from the Whisperers?
Right. That's true. Yeah.
Just cool to think of that.
It is cool to think about. So yeah, I mean, as you know, this is all speculation, just thoughts and theories of the Magenta Swarm, since they put it in there for a reason for us to ponder over and freak out about. But
I am liking the color rush.
The color rush, yeah. But then it rains and then it's all gone. But who knows?
Let us know your guys' thoughts on what you think the Magenta herd or swarm meant in the comic book. Be very interested to see what your thoughts are. Maybe you guys come up with something different than what we discussed.
Definitely, guys. We'd love to hear your thoughts and views on everything that we're posting, and any ideas that we come up with to get a conversation going with our subscribers and anybody who comments. We definitely enjoy that. So we'll look forward to hearing from you, and stay tuned for more. We're NocBro Nation.
We're out.